So you got a big car show coming up this weekend, you gotta get your car clean. Today we're gonna show you how to do it. Stick along with us. All right, as usual, you wanna start with the dirtiest part of the car, so we're gonna clean up the wheels here quick. I'm sure you guys have seen us do this 1,000 times, so we'll fast forward through this part. But as usual, spray iron remover on. It'll indicate orange, as you can kind of see in there. I don't know if you can see that, Brett. It'll indicate orange where it's reacting with ferrous metals. Give that a second to dwell, and then we're gonna scrub it with a wheel woolly here. We'll scrub the tires down with some APC, get those nice and cleaned up, get those old tire shines pulled off of there, and we'll do that around to every wheel. Anytime you wash your car, of course you want to minimize as much as you can touching the paint. So that's the way it's going to reduce any kind of marring. Now, especially with a car show car, you want to make sure, typically they have really nice paint jobs on these, or old paint jobs that are original paint. So we're going to try and touch this paint as least as possible. So to do that, we're going to start off with a pre-soak. We're going to foam that down with a pre-soak. In here we have a little bit of a DIY version. We have our Moab mixed with some APC. If you're not comfortable mixing anything yourself, you can always go on our website. We have pre-soak available on there as well. We're gonna pre-soak this whole car down, let it dwell for a minute or two to encapsulate all that dirt, break it down. We're gonna rinse that off. And then with the APC in there, that's gonna be taking off any kind of waxes or sealants. So we're gonna come back through, foam it over again with our hybrid ceramic car wash to apply that protection back onto the paint. So we took our hybrid ceramic car wash here, just mounted right into the MTM foam cannon. And nice part with the hybrid ceramic, it's gonna add protection back onto the vehicle. So we're just gonna spray that on here, give it a moment to dwell, and we'll rinse it off. Finally got this thing all nice and clean and protected. Now we're just gonna dry it with a leaf blower here. It's gonna make it a lot less contact, a lot less risk of marring the paint any further. We're gonna try and preserve this original paint. One thing you'll notice with the hybrid ceramic car wash, it makes it a lot easier to dry the vehicle quickly. So if you had a car that didn't have any kind of waxes or sealants on there, leaf blowing it like this would take a lot longer, but once you have that protection on there, the water just slides right off. All right, so you got your Pride and Joy all cleaned up. You drive it the 5 miles over the car show just to find out when you park in the spot, it's got a fine layer of dust all over it again. So it's the perfect time to use waterless wash, which has all the surfactants in there to break down and emulsify all the small dirt particles. It also has elements in there that are gonna encapsulate the dirt and make sure you're not scratching the paint when you're using it. So to use it, all you do is spray it on the paint. It's important that the paint is not hot to the touch when you're doing this because you don't want it to be evaporating away right away. Gonna give that a second to dwell on there. And then I also like to spray a small amount on the towel. And using waterless wash, you want to kind of peel the towel up as you're using it. So it's constantly exposing the paint to a fresh part of the microfiber. So what we're going to do is, you see, peel it up as you're wiping. And that'll make sure none of that dirt comes in contact as you're dragging across the surface there. So, for a fresh side here. And then flip to a dry side, and we'll dry that off clean. So as you can see, nice clean painted surface here now compared to the dusty spot that we just picked up on the drive. You just want to replicate that process all around the vehicle, and your car will be nice and shiny for that car show. Hey, if you're still with us, give us a like and subscribe, would you? So a few things you want to take with you to the car show to make sure your car is looking good at all times. Make sure you bring your waterless wash and clean up any of that light dust that might collect on the paint. Speed Bead is going to add that extra shine to it. You have invisible glass, of course, to clean up the windows. If you have all 3 of those, you should be ready for whatever that day throws at you, whether it might be raining or dust collecting or whatever it may be. So that's all there is for this one. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.